Kick this off. Ready when you are, Chief. And let me know. How are you? Ready? All right. Hello, everybody. I want to welcome everyone here to the state's EOP Center and to the city of Holyoke. I'm Mayor Joshua Garcia, and it's my great honor to welcome Governor Healey to our community for also putting this together, this important gathering we just had next door, a roundtable with a lot of leaders across the Commonwealth, particularly here in Western Mass, the governor keeping an open ear. Today's roundtable reflected our shared commitment to collaborative public safety strategies that work for all of us here in the city of Holyoke and communities just like Holyoke. We're very non-traditional communities and oftentimes require, because of the level of compassion that exists in these communities, require non-traditional strategies. And that has a lot to do with the regular collaborations we see with community partners and organizations, together with law enforcement and elected officials, doing what we can, work together to navigate the disparities that exist in our neighborhoods and help our families get on a good path forward. But oftentimes, you know, compassion does have to work hand in hand with enforcement, and thanks to the partnership with the governor and all of our partners that are standing behind me here, it's a fine line we're often walking, and we're seeing some results, and you're going to hear a lot about that today. But with that being said, without getting too much into the details, it's my honor and privilege to, Governor, thank you so much for your leadership and for prioritizing public safety in our state and our communities. And your leadership underscores the importance of these partnerships and the power of working together. And so if everybody will join me in welcoming to the podium our Governor of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, Governor Maura Healey.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Mayor Garcia. It's great to be here today. It's great to be standing with partners in law enforcement and public safety to talk about some of the things that are working in our communities across this state and some of the ways that we can even further support the efforts of law enforcement and those who work with law enforcement. We just came from a terrific convening, and I want to thank the folks who joined for that meeting. In addition to Mayor Garcia, we of course had Chief Keenan. Thank you for all the work that you do. And look, in Holyoke, the numbers are coming down. When we talk about funding that our office provided across the state to different departments, that funding is being used in different ways. And some of it's being used by law enforcement to work the kinds of investigations that they need to work. Because when you're doing law enforcement investigations, when you need to go up on a wire, this is expensive work, and it's hard for a district attorney's office or a local department to cover all of it. And so part of the funding that we're here talking about today, this is state funding coming out of our office, and thank you to our colleagues in the legislature who are here, Representative Bud Williams, Representative Carlos Garcia, and Senator John Vilas. We take that funding, we give it to departments, we give it to district attorneys' offices, and they can do law enforcement work that they need to do. And you know, take guns off the street and take drugs off the street and make for a better quality of life. The other thing we talked about in the room, in the meeting that we just had, is the way that that funding is also being given out to Boys and Girls Clubs by a local department or a district attorney's office, and how invaluable that is. If money is going to a Boys and Girls Club or a Y for after-school programming, so essential when it comes to preventing crime. And so today, I was just really happy to have a conversation about the return on investment of taxpayer dollar, right? This is what we want. We want to maximize the return on that money. And I'm just really grateful to everyone who is doing that work. Joining me here today are Massachusetts State Police Colonel Jeff Noble, Colonel Tucker, members of our team, including Deputy Secretary of EOP Sue Terry and Undersecretary for Law Enforcement Gina Kwan. In addition, we have our district attorneys, District Attorney Gallooni, District Attorney Sullivan, District Attorney Early, and District Attorney Shagru. With their teams, appreciate all the work that you all are doing in your counties. And we also have with us, we had met with us members of the Worcester Boys and Girls Club, Liz Hamilton, and Emily White from the Athol YMCA, Solomon Bayman from ROCA, who's working in partnership with Springfield and with the Hampden County District Attorney's Office, members of Roots Rising, which is a program in Berkshire County where kids are doing work after school in local farms and on the weekends. Heard about some really, really great initiatives. The program that I'm talking about is called the Commonwealth Project Safe Neighborhood Initiative, Project Safe Neighborhood, PSN. And we put money forward every year. Appreciate the legislature appropriating this funds. And I'll tell you, it matters. In just the first 6 months of 2025, these partnerships resulted in nearly 500 arrests in Massachusetts. We took 54 guns off the street. These are illegal guns, seized another 30 kilos of narcotics, and recovered more than $240,000 in suspected illicit proceeds. Again, this isn't all the law enforcement work. This is just the work that was supported by these PSN grants. So super, super important. What I'll also say is this. One thing we talked about is staffing shortages. And the work that is done by law enforcement is tremendous. And we appreciate and honor all of our folks in public safety and our first responders and our police officers and troopers. I had an opportunity on Friday to welcome into my office Trooper Sean Clark. Some of you may know Trooper Clark. He was struck in a hit and run after he pulled over a car on the Pike in Chicopee and was hospitalized. He has a wife. He has 3 young kids, and it was a horrifying and very scary situation. I'm pleased to report that as the Colonel and I met with him, he is doing very well with his recovery. He's anxious to return to the job. But it just reminds me of what these men and women do and why I will always prioritize and support law enforcement. I also want to invite people out there to consider a career in law enforcement. We have great opportunities through our police academies, both our local departments and through the state police, for a career in law enforcement. And you really have an opportunity to be a force for good, change the direction of people's lives in a positive way, and really do something great for your community. So I know there are others out there who are recruiting people into different agencies. I will say this. In Massachusetts, you will have the support of this governor and our administration, and we will do everything we can to keep you safe, to keep you supported. It's really a really wonderful, wonderful career. So again, appreciate everybody coming today for this important convening. We're doing these convenings around the state. We'll be in Essex County next, but I think it's a very important conversation that we're having. And with that, I want to turn this over to Colonel Jeff Noble, who's doing a great job with the state police.
Thank you, Governor. A few moments ago, we had the opportunity to spend some time with a great team of local and state partners, each of whom are committed to making Massachusetts safe for everyone. I want to share a few brief observations about the conversation. As we face the complex challenges of the moment, the Healey-Driscoll administration's vision is clear. Build strong partnerships, stay engaged in community programs, and deliver services that make a difference. That means programs like the MSP Teams program, where troopers mentor our youth through athletics. It means a trauma-informed response for crime victims and their families. And it means data-driven enforcement, where state and local police work together to stop major crime, remove illegal weapons and narcotics, and deliver strong prosecutions. The results speak for themselves. Massachusetts continues to lead the nation. Thanks to the women and men working in our respective agencies, we continue to meet and exceed the high standards that our residents expect and demand. With that said, success is not only about numbers, it's about trust. Earned day after day, interaction after interaction between law enforcement, the communities we serve, our service providers, our elected officials. That trust is what makes progress possible. Those of us who put our hand up and accepted these jobs in public service, the troopers, the officers, the prosecutors, the service providers that you see here today, work together every day to achieve great things, to keep our community safe. We appreciate the opportunity to share our experiences with the governor and illustrate the power of working together to meet the evolving needs of the Commonwealth and make our communities safe. And with that, I'll turn it over to my colleague, Hampden County District Attorney Anthony Gallooni. Sir.
Thank you for being here. I just want to express my gratitude to Governor Healey and her team, including Colonel Noble. As we just had this roundtable a moment ago next door, the governor and her team are listening, but they're not only listening, they're acting. They've supported my office and our partnerships and the men and women on the street, keeping our public safe with the Project Safe Neighborhood initiative. They'll continue to support us. The work has been so successful, both from a prevention and education aspect with our partnership in ROCA here in Hampden County, as well as the work we do with law enforcement, including the Massachusetts State Police. It's making a difference for our communities. It's making a difference for Holyoke and Springfield and neighborhoods across Hampden County. So I'm so grateful to the governor and her team and Colonel Noble and his team for not only being here in Western Massachusetts, listening to what we need and what our communities need, but actively supporting us and playing a major role in public safety in this county and beyond. So thank you.
Thank you. Thanks so much, DA. And rounding out this group and this convening, I just want to also thank Superintendent Larry Akers from Springfield Police Department for being with us today, and Chief Mike Bradley representing the Massachusetts Chiefs of Police Association. Grateful to you, as well as Chicopee Police Chief Major is with us too. So happy to take any questions on topic.
Governor, the program has invested millions of dollars statewide. What makes Holyoke an important place to hold this roundtable, and how will it shape public safety strategies moving forward?
Look, every community is important, and as governor, I support public safety efforts in all 351 cities and towns and in all of our counties. I think that Holyoke has made terrific strides in the effort, and I give credit to the police chief and to the mayor and to the men and women on the force, and also members of the state police who work in partnership. And importantly, you know, and this is something I understand having grown up in a small town, the mutual aid of surrounding departments. It's all about teamwork. It's all about partnership. And so, you know, it was great to be able to come out here today and really talk about all that's happening across the 413, really. You know, in Hampshire and Franklin counties, and Hampden and Berkshire, both north and south. We even had Worcester in the house today, which was nice. But you know, across the board, you know. And to me, it was just an affirmation of the things that we need to continue to invest in. The prevention efforts and the support for the tools that law enforcement needs to be able to do the work. That it? All right. Yeah, oh, sorry.
Are we seeing a quality of life change?
Yes, yes, I invite, yeah.
Chief Keenan?
Yeah, Chief, you want to speak to that?
Sure. Thank you, Madam Governor. You are seeing the quality of life, and I can speak specifically to Holyoke, April. As you cover Holyoke, and you do a great job doing it. Look at our parks. Look at how many more people you see in our parks. I get phone calls every day that they say Mass State police cars with motor vehicle stops in Holyoke. I get calls every day that I see Holyoke police officers walking around talking to people. Look at the stories you cover every day. 2 or 3 times a week you're seeing multi-agency raid leads to, multi-agency effort leads to. That doesn't happen in the silo. I can't do what I do without the state police, without the district attorney's office, without our federal law enforcement partners, and lately without the partnership with the governor. And the money that she delivers by prioritizing Project Safe Neighborhood in Holyoke has paid dividends. 86 arrests was the catalyst for the Holyoke open engagement program that we have going. So, and more importantly, one thing builds another. And, you know, we start with small victories. And I challenge any member of the media, if you want to, walk around downtown Holyoke and ask the residents of Holyoke how things have been this summer compared to past summers. And they're going to tell you, the proof's in the pudding. Governor, thank you for the investment. It's paid off in droves.
Yeah.
April, the Garcia Market investigation that was in your neighborhood that made such a difference for you was supported specifically by the PSN grant. So it's making a difference in something that you see each and every day.
You do. And so with these smaller arrests, does it ever lead to bigger arrests? multi-state?
Without giving away the national secrets, investigations 101, it starts small, and it goes up, and it goes up, and it goes up, and we follow some cases end with a district court prosecution. Some end with a superior court prosecution. Some end up 3 years later with a wiretap case. But if you're not out there making the little things happen, you're never going to have the big things happen.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Great.